So we're based in London. Obviously, is our biggest hub. We have around 12 people here, and we have 8 people, so in total 28 people that are spread around the world. So we have people in the US, in San Francisco. We're opening an office right now. We have people in Europe, in Spain, in France, and at the moment we're hiring in Asia. So Asia is a very important market for us, and we're committed strongly to that market. How many customers? Today we process traffic, messages, and transactions to over 17,000 customers around the world. Most of them, they sign up online, and we never hear of them. Just pay and start transacting. And few large clients that we maintain a very solid and close relationship with. So let's talk about equity. So I don't believe about being obsessed with non-dilution. I think dilution is good for entrepreneurs as long as it creates more value, as long as it accelerates growth in the company and create more traction. So I'm really not worried about dilution. Of course, we need to do the right things in terms of valuation, market comparables, and make sure we get a good valuation. But it's not really a deal breaker for entrepreneurs, especially when you're a startup, right? We don't have huge revenues, and we don't have enough data, right, to really kind of measure a right valuation as you can do with a Fortune 500 company, for instance. So that's about valuation. Then in terms of the funding path. So first we started with an individual, right? An individual who invested in me basically because he knew me, right? So friends, family, and fools, the 3 Fs, right? So and that was without anything, just a PowerPoint presentation. We raised 200,000 euro, and then after a year from there, we needed to get more connected investors on board so that we prepare the future of the company. So we got approached from a super angel firm, which is between an angel and a VC here in London. And at that point, we didn't needed that much money. We were nearly profitable and growing well, but we needed them to be on board. So we raised $330K from them in January 2012, so a bit over a year from now. And in December last year, actually, we closed a VC round with Intel Capital and 2 other Asian VCs of $3 million. Now it's pretty simple, executing faster, right? So we need to we didn't have any sales force so far. We're generating last year we closed more than $12 million in revenue with pretty much 0 salespeople. So now we're thinking, okay, maybe we should build a sales force, right? So I think kind of our main focus today is to build a highly effective sales force in EMEA, North America, and APAC. That's kind of our main my main concern as a CEO. And secondly, we didn't do any marketing. We spent $0 on marketing. So maybe we should invest a bit more in marketing, right? And thirdly, continue our infrastructure deployment, so connect to more carriers in the world, continue building that asset that we've built in the last 3 years, and launch new product, new APIs, to continue disrupting that inefficient space. Well, first and foremost, it's not about the idea, because the idea is going to change every month, right? The business plan. I never wrote a business plan in my life, right? Because if I would spend 20% of my time updating the business plan on a quarterly basis. So it's really about jumping in and starting, making small mistakes, learning from these mistakes and improving very quickly. Secondly is about surrounding themselves with the right people, because obviously to build something meaningful, you cannot only rely on yourself. You have a lot of weaknesses, and you need to be aware of these weaknesses and surround yourself with the people that can fill these gaps.